If you're contemplating your first electric car, I wouldn't blame you for being scared off by the recent flood of vehicle introductions. Many of them from companies you've never heard of, and a lot of them with stratospheric price tags. And this one here kind of fits the bill. It's the Genesis Electrified G80.
It starts at $81,000. Its availability is extremely limited, and it's sold by a brand that's largely flying under shoppers' radars, partly because of a sparse dealer network. Oh, and it's a car, not an SUV, so it's fighting an uphill battle there as well. It's unlikely you'll encounter many of these, but that doesn't mean Genesis' first electric sedan isn't worth a look. With 282 miles of driving range in temperate conditions, 365 horsepower, on-demand all-wheel drive and sensuous design, its resume is alluring. A bargain play in the luxury EV segment. It can't quite match the stat sheet of the Mercedes EQS, but the electrified G80 is priced at $20,000 less minimum. It took me a while to find it's so cleverly integrated, but locating the charge port in the grille makes life a lot easier when it comes time to plug in. No having to back into parking spots. The electrified G80 is built upon a rear-wheel drive, large car architecture, but not a dedicated EV platform. And that's where some warts are revealed. Both passenger and luggage volume take a hit, knocking its classification down to mid-size proportions.
Sing it with me. Big car with a little trunk. Big car with a little trunk.
The big bump behind the rear seats disguising the electric conversion is limiting. With just under 11 cubic feet of non-expandable space, a Mini Cooper four-door offers more carrying capacity than this. But my main issue lies up front. This car also affords less headroom. At just over 6 feet tall, I'm certainly no giant, but I'm struggling to find a comfortable seating position behind the wheel.
Genesis makes some beautiful cabins, and this is undoubtedly one of them. Now, it's not the futuristic design that you would get in, say, a Mercedes EQS, but it is elegant and eye-pleasing and certainly quality-driven. And there are a lot of fun features packed in here, too, such as the posture analyzer, which helps you choose the best seating position, and active noise cancellation that pumps frequencies through the speakers to counteract the drone from outside.
Even with the seat at its lowest placement, my head is closing in on the roofline and the windshield is rather narrow. The seat itself also lacks the plush cushioning a car of this ilk should possess. That's just me though. Seating position is highly subjective, so you may have greater success in finding the sweet spot. There is extendable thigh support, power side bolsters, and on the driver's side, a motion function similar to a massage program.
And herein lies my biggest beef with the electrified G80. It looks like a really big car from outside, and indeed the gas-powered version is considered a large car by the EPA. But through the electrification process, this one has been downgraded to mid-size standards. And that's because the trunk is significantly smaller and it has lost some interior passenger volume. But the rear seat legroom is still decent. It's just that there's no place to put your feet under these seats, which sit really low. And I would think that seating 3 across back here would be a pretty uncomfortable proposition.
Electrically speaking, the G80 is fitted with front and rear motors of equal power, generating a combined 516 pound-feet of torque, fed by an 87 kilowatt-hour battery system. That lithium-ion polymer pack contributes 1,200 pounds to the G80's substantial 5,000-pound curb weight. But EVs are born quick, and this one is no exception, easily overcoming its heft to hit 60 miles per hour in under 5 seconds. No manufactured sounds accompany the powerful yet serene acceleration experience. Like Hyundai Kia's newest EVs, the G80's motors and inverter can boost the voltage level to 800 volts, resulting in significantly reduced charging times. When pulling into the Electrify America charging station, look for the plugs labeled Hyperfast or stickered with 350 kilowatts. If operating at full strength, the G80's battery can be rapid charged from 10% to 80% in only 22 minutes, a huge advantage over EVs limited by a 150 kilowatt charge rate. Slower Level 2 chargers require 7.5 hours, but can prudently take capacity all the way to 100%. A standard household outlet takes 80 hours. And just as I've experimented with some other Hyundai Kia EVs of late, this one comes with an adapter that allows the G80 to power other things, such as small appliances and even another electric car. 3 years of fast charging sessions are included with purchase. The drive is marked by EV quietness, immediate gutsy acceleration, refined manners, and powerful regenerative braking that can be tailored to the driver's liking. It can essentially decelerate to a stop simply by lifting off the accelerator. The ride is undoubtedly smooth, but not quite to the expected luxury level, considering the camera-aided adaptive suspension. Having a leg up on road imperfections by ingesting data processed by the forward-facing camera, the G80 preemptively adjusts to what it sees. Eco, Comfort, Sport, and Snow driving modes are easily ordered to taste, controlling steering feel, motor response, all-wheel drive torque split, and suspension firmness. They even integrate the driver's seat settings to match the mood. Overall, it's a highly energetic but relaxed luxury sedan drive that simultaneously promotes confidence and calmness. EV-specific electronics are quite similar to those found in other Hyundai Kia products, with range guidance tools, plug finders, and charge management software. But it's a shame that even now, for 2023, that the company's top-tier infotainment system still doesn't support wireless phone projection. Pretty lame seeing a USB cable here cluttering the Regal landscape. And Genesis Digital Key still doesn't work with Apple devices, just Android. I also wish the rotary controller wasn't so close in size and proximity to the similarly styled gear shift. I've made that mistake more than once. Though it's touch controlled, it's a bit of a reach from the driver's seat, so using the big dial to navigate the 14.5-inch screen is often a better option. Voice commands work too. The screen is also very wide, so it's inherently less intuitive to quickly locate settings when compared with the company's more traditional setups. It does pack an immersive 21-speaker Lexicon audio system from Harman that employs the audio giant's impressive clarified digital music restoration software. Because the Electrified G80 comes as a mono-spec model, all features are standard. No choices other than paint and cabin colors. Speaking of which, the EV playbook typically calls for environmentally friendly materials, and the G80 dabbles in that with recycled wood and polyester fabrics, though it's still using real Napa leather, just with natural dyes. Genesis doesn't do hands-free driving such as Cadillac, but its highway driving assist is the next best thing to alleviating some of the monotony by aiding in steering and braking, in addition to maintaining a set speed and distance from the vehicle ahead. The blind spot view monitor conveniently shows in the instrument cluster when signaling a turn or lane change. There's a 360-degree camera and a comprehensive head-up display. Remote Smart Parking Assist is also a handy tool for guiding the G80 into and out of tight spots right from the key fob while outside the vehicle. Through design, Genesis has resuscitated the golden age of automotive elegance. The G80 is a beautiful car no matter where the eye wanders. Though the electrification process demands some sacrifice, the Electrified G80 portends a glorious path for Genesis' EV journey. For TopSpeed.com, I'm Steve Hammis.